Hello guys, what's going on? This is Bruce here again, and today I'm gonna try to install this subwoofer. It's an active Pioneer subwoofer, which means you don't have to have a separate amplifier, which is good, but I think there are also some things that make it worse. Maybe some of the sound quality, I don't really know. I'm not a sound guy, but as you can see, it's a very old one. This one was made before the Berlin Wall was torn down, because this was either made in west or east. I think it's west, because I don't think they could make things like this in the east side. And I'm gonna hook this up to my stock amplifier. No, I mean stock head unit. So to install a subwoofer or amplifier to the stock head unit in the SAAB 98 to 2002 93 or 95, you have to have one of these adapters, because the stock head unit doesn't have any line output. So you have to get this kind of converter. It's a line output converter or a low line output converter or something, which converts the speaker signal with power to a low line output. So you get just the signal for sound. So you can use this to hook this up to the subwoofer or amplifier, and you just have to connect these 4 wires to left and right speakers, and then you get the sound out here, then it converts it. Hello guys, I'm now in the garage and I have now worked on the car for 2 hours maybe, and it's really cold in the garage. There isn't any heating element here, so it's really cold, maybe around 0 degrees or a little bit above that. And for the last hour I have been wiring up this thing and soldering up different things, and I have also run the power wire through the firewall down here. If you want to see the whole engine bay here, and here you have the wire, just goes through a gasket here that I punctured with a screwdriver, and the power wire runs along under the glow box, so I had to remove the glow box. Just wait a little bit. Turn on the light on the cell phone. So the wire run behind the glow box and behind this carpeting here. Just pop this out, and behind this piece of plastic here, you can see it's loose, so it's just tucked under here, and then under this plastic trimming here back, and also as in the front seat under this plastic piece here, and just and up there and into the back here. So all is left is to wire the power wire to the battery. I'm gonna solder a fuse to it, and then connect the and solder this together. So I also run into a problem and I also managed to destroy the linkages or the power wire for the antenna, so this doesn't work anymore. I will look into that later, because I couldn't really get it to power on by itself. So therefore instead I just solder these 2 wires together, the red and the orange, and then it works when I plug it in. So I'm thinking of, in the future, just make a simple switch in the glow box or something, and for now I just have to unplug it, plug it in every time. Yeah, it's maybe a hassle, but I don't really care that much. Yeah. Also have the adapter up here. It's connected and soldered to the speaker here, and I have tested it and it works. Okay, now I'm finally finished installing the subwoofer, and I'm actually happily surprised because this subwoofer for some reason actually turns itself on and off, and with just a ground and the power. So that was unexpected, so it made it a lot easier. So I will just walk you through what I did. Okay, so what I did, the orange wire here is for the plus side or the power, and the red is supposed to be connected to ignition so it turns on, but I didn't get that to work, so I just soldered it to the power, and it works when yeah. And then I took this and then I soldered the ground wire just in here to ground it to the car, and I had run the power wire, as I said, behind the seats and into the back here. And here we have the sound cables going into the strut tower thing here, and up here I have the adapter which is connected to the speakers, and it converts the speaker signal to signal for this, which send it into the amplifier. And here in the front, the wire is here coming out from this gasket, running over to this side, and then I solder on this 8-amp fuse, which is very small if you compare it to the speaker line. So the speaker line isn't underrated, at least. And then just onto the positive terminal. So only thing I have to do is just do some cable management and zip tie it up to the car so it isn't getting in the way of something else. And I think that's it. It maybe took some hours, but I didn't really know that you could connect a subwoofer to the stock head unit, but it is possible. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I tried to hook the power line signal wire to the antenna to get the amp to turn on, and now it isn't working. So I thought I had destroyed some of the wires here, and therefore I took this apart to look, but I now looked at the fuses, and the fuse was just burnt up, maybe because I tampered with this thing. So don't do that. I don't recommend that. So I will now just clean everything up and go out and do a test drive.